Hi. Greetings. A very gothic good evening to you all. So, I bet you're wondering, what does she think, it's Halloween or something? No. Although I do dress up for a solid month around the time of the ween of the Halloween. I dress up a lot. But no, that's not what this theme is today. Today, we're discussing that clear, present, pesky fear. Yes, fear. Something I know a lot about. So I almost had to make a parody of myself to be able to deal with my mental health. Because it's not great. So, skate the surface or dive in. Skate the surface or dive in. We'll do somewhere in between. Essentially, coming from me, the Spider Queen, I got a little brave. I decided to schedule my vaccine this week. Everyone's divided. Everyone's opinion is the right one. Any piece of information you want to find on the internet, you can find it. You can prove anything with a series of articles that may or may not be true. It's all very hard to see through, and everyone acts casual about it either way. Like, oh no, you should absolutely not get it, or what, you have to get it. Get in line. Get the poke. Do it. Is this a joke? Do it. I have been flip-flopping between both paradigms, parallels, swells of emotion. Someone who shall remain unnamed, who should be helping me face it, actually fed me a lot of fear. A lot of fear. A dreadful amount, really. Rattled my whole sense of things, and I haven't been able to sleep. And I just cannot shake or sweep away the very specific pull and sway of this person looking me in the eyes and saying, "You can't take it back. You can't take it back." Awesome! I believe in science and so on and so forth, but I just feel like everything is rushed. Everything is rushed. The normalcy is rushed. The lack of normalcy is rushed. Everything feels hushed or shushed or rushed or flushed. I just don't know, folks. I just don't know what's going on. Everyone's acting so back to things and back to shiny rings and uncomfortable shoes, and let's just choose to pretend that the whole paradigm of reality didn't shift, and that this is just totally normal shit, and let's just go on with our brunches, shall we? And I am still barely aware of how to fare in this despair. in these, our current affairs. I just feel scared, very scared. So I made a parody of myself. The Spider Queen. I found this poem today that I shall be reading presently. I guess probably written, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 years ago, and then I added to it and elaborated upon it, with the new fears that have come in to join forces with the old fears and make extra super uber duper powerful fears. And this was upon returning from LA, fearing that I would not be able to make my way back there or know how to, or be too scared. Scared. And I haven't. I've been back for a week and and it was pretty bleak. That week was pretty bleak. I mean, it was exciting and thrilling, and we went to Disneyland and all those things, but, hey, if we're using metaphors of spiders being scary, it was like a giant, horrible web that anyone would be wary of. Like, the despair was quite there, quite in your face, quite visible. And so many people I know are living there, just making dreams happen and getting on screens and getting clapping going. And I'm jealous. And I'm terrified. And I'm divided and undecided. Yeah. Whew. It's a lot. Being a person is a lot. So, there are definitely spider webs right by me, all around me, under the deck, right next to me. I thought this creeping vine was quite a fairy tale-ish, devilish, scary thing, backdrop, thingamajig, whatever. I'm trying to be all poetic and what have you, but my mind is tired of running laps around itself and trying to clear the shelf of all the clutter, and more clutter is found, which leads to utter and profound overwhelm, feeling stumped, feeling stuck. So shucks. It's just so much of a topic, right? I don't know, but everyone's just acting like you do or you don't. Follow your heart. Get in line or don't. Go over here or don't. Make it happen or don't. Make a decision or don't. Trying to find a new job, trying to not be a slob, trying to be a productive member of society. People just make it such a meme. You just go for what you feel. Just do what you feel inside. Follow your passion. Jump on the ride. Trust the universe. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But first, there seems to be many obstacles. And this breeze is nice, though. It's like a really, really, really pretty day. And I should be like in a floral frock, just skipping away and singing hooray. But I'm showing you more of an honest take on what I feel. This is all very representational, presentational. The words aren't exactly what they are, but sort of. It's just big, arcing, surrounding analogies for what's kind of bringing me to my knees emotionally right now. So yeah, everybody's just acting like not much of anything is a big deal. COVID's not a big deal anymore. The vaccine either is a huge giant deal or it's nothing of a deal. Like, I don't know where the middle is anymore. I don't know how to walk in it. But I do feel like at this point that I'm holding myself back and holding my family back, and gotta get on some kind of track. So, hey, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna get poked, I guess. And everyone's acting like it should be the simplest thing. But it kind of feels like I'm jumping out of an airplane. So, feels a little insane. Feels like the matrix in my membrane. So, it's rugged. I'm not sure anymore, y'all. I'm just trying to be a little vulnerable that, like, kind of just sat there staring at the wall today, like, I don't know how to do this. I'm not sure how to do this. Feels like, okay, risk, reward, what weighs more? I don't even know. What is the weight of anything? Who are we? Is this being edited? Is this a regularly scheduled program? Does anybody give a damn? And we just try to cram in so much and get to our next desirous thing, and I don't feel like anybody's looking out for each other, or yeah, it's more just smother, suffocate. I want to be here. I want this parking spot. Too late. It's mine. Even the Spider Queen thinks that's kind of mean. I don't see the sparkle and sheen on things I once did. So today I just kind of hid, and I'm being a little goth and a little how doth the something crocodile? How doth the happy crocodile? How doth something crocodile improve its shining jaws? Alice in Wonderlandy stuff. I kind of feel like a character out of The Looking Glass as well right now. I'll just give you the poem. I'm in a weird zone. Obviously, you can tell. I'm just not feeling so swell. Just not sure what's what anymore, or what I should do, or what my role in it is, or if I'm ever going to be seen as cool again. Because all my friends are famous. Everyone I know is kind of famous. So it doesn't matter that that's what I want at all. It's a ball. I just feel like I'm kind of talking nonsense, gobbledygooky talk here. Because I'm not sure how to make what I'm feeling clear. Because it's very unclear to me. So I just wore this crazy spider thing. See? Because I don't even know how to be me right now. It's all very weird and confusing. And hopefully somewhat amusing. It's just hard to be choosing these days when everyone's like, no, it's this way. No, actually, it's totally this way. But did you read this? It's this way. Oh, have you seen this scary thing? It's absolutely this way. Nuh-uh, don't trust them. It's not that way. It's this way. I'm like, well, hey, okay. Oh, fun. I just want to run. I just want to frolic. I just want to feel good. It feels good right now. It feels good in this breeze. Just a little bit of ease. Ooh, and there's a nice trickle of rain. This helps some of the pain and the strain. So, just to give you a piece of the old Spider Queen's brain here. You just hear it or don't. Hear it or clear it from your screen. Ah! Yeah! Yep, so there's a kind of crazy bug sort of trying to, oh, yep, it's in my hair. It's definitely in my hair. Okay. Really likes me a whole lot. Won't go away. It looks kind of like a bug and kind of like a beetle and kind of like a, well, something evil. The Spider Queen should be like, oh, my precious, I'll eat you. But I can't hide the fact that I'm actually just scaredy old teal inside, like, eee! Oh, gee. And yes, there are spider webs all around me, but that's kind of the point. Trying to be a little brave, make some kind of point. Save a little face. Haste makes waste, and whatever the actual pocket. Okay. So, without further delay, this is a strange one about fear. Oh, here comes that fucker again. I swear. I mean, come on. Could you just... I'm gonna throw a hissy fit if this fool comes back into my boundaries. You cross some boundaries, little freaky bug. Okay, it's nice and cloudy. Fits my feelings. I'm watching baby birds be fed right now. It's very holy. So, trying to express the fears and face the fears simultaneously. You can hear them. They're little babes getting fed. They're so cute. Their tiny little heads poking up. It's really wondrous and miraculous. Okay, let's talk about things that scare us. So it was half written 10 years ago, half written today. It's called Whispy and Risky Conundrums. Whispy and Risky Conundrums. I watched a translucent spider descend from his web. My fear of him took over all the space in my head. So tiny he was, like a fragment of one breath, and yet he shakes me in my comparably huge human body. I contemplated killing him, and he caught me doing so. I have done this, I admit, to the larger foes. Why, just 2 days ago, I felt a tinge of movement as I rested on the couch. I thought it was my own hair. Scared as I was, I took the route of assuring myself it was nothing. Moments later, I felt it again and pinched at the source. I felt its innards crunch, yet it frantically struggled between my fingers, trying to change the course of its fate. I threw him and could not find him when I sought to retrieve the wretch. I then clawed at my own skin all day. I probably killed him, yet I feared him still, as though his presence was embedded in my epidermis layers. Not much of a brave spider slayer. I left noticeable marks on my own back. Long red fingernail tracks. The imagined sense of such a small enemy. I have tried in the last few years to rescue more than I kill, even though the sight of them renders me helpless. I persist through some inner karmic call to be the hero for the embodiment of such a vast fear within me. Always dreading what I cannot see. This latest villain hung from his slender lookout and struggled in the aftermath of a subtle change in the air. He had too few atomic particles for me to justify attacking him. As if he knew I had momentarily considered it, he scrambled awkwardly back up his escape rope, each limb desperately grabbing his way to the ceiling like he'd never done it before. I could practically hear him sweating. That is, if a spider were able to sweat. I watched him with a strange sadness as he hefted up his own feathery form and scooted along the ceiling, weighing less than a shadow or a warm wind does. As he disappeared in the span of a wall angle, I felt myself oddly at peace, not knowing where he might end up. We had an understanding. I suppose that even if he enforced my fears by crawling on me, I would love him as an individual I had come to know somehow. The boughs of the trees always seemed much too close to toppling onto me, even in the most subtle breeze. How do I dilute these fears? Switch gears, avoid the boiling point by taking things down a few degrees. I am almost never at ease. I regularly wonder what it would be like to just walk down any given street without the internal combustion of heat convincing me that someone is hot on my heels just to cause harm. I'm always hearing 17 different instinctual alarms triggered by the damnedest things. It's like I could enter any room with any combination of humans and feel so afraid. If that spider, pale as a finger uncovered from a week's worth of Band-Aid cover, was conscious and self-aware, he would have seen me and immediately prayed, hoped with all his might that he wouldn't be slayed by such an intimidating giant. He wasn't like other spiders, sinister and defiant in their creeping along. I suppose his energy was more like a sad song than a threat. Some scratchy tune of loneliness in an empty diner, as opposed to a reminder of how many monsters I constantly perceive to be all around me. Oh, to be free of such constriction sounds more like fiction than some attainable, gainable skill. I practice bravery in the mirror still, like it's an Oscar speech. Can someone teach me new habitual methodologies? Must I pay exorbitant fees to have neurofeedback and train myself to unpack all the weighted rocks of my self-made obstacles? Always the door creaks. Always the uncertain heartbeats sneak in. Always the bad guys. Always the wolves. The dreadful pull of, don't do it, don't do it, don't go, always throws me from whatever track I try to get on. Wherever has my boldness gone? I have the greatest stories within me and hold myself at bay as though the fear of rejection or even a paper cut is enough to say, never mind. Just how many spiders find their way up from the drain into the bathtub, making webs I hide in throughout my brain? The basement is their empire. It's like all my wishes and desires get caught in their traps down there, and they know I won't dare crawl in deep enough to find them. I don't know where the time went. Wasn't I just 25? Wasn't I just so alive on the high of Sunset Boulevard and all her promises? The vomitous low of knowing exactly how many weeks and days have passed since all that. Flat and unmotivated, gazing upward again at another arachnid, taking on the undeserving task of being a metaphor for the vast litany of things that make me so stagnant and unsure. Like I'm playing by the rules, trying foolishly to keep up, but no one else is playing fair or even keeping score. So I'm panic-stricken once more instead of out there opening all those elusive new doors to see what's in store if I can prove it and then prove it some more. Just as I reach a frenzy thinking of what could be lurking in the corners of the ceiling, an even worse feeling comes upon me, imagining all that could be along the unseen parts of the floor. I guess I'd better meditate some more. Whispy and risky conundrums. Yes, yes. Hard to fight. The fight or flight and the humdrum in between. Just made that up. You heard it. Straight from the Spider Queen. So, hopefully you gleaned some wisdom from that. I don't know. I feel a bit flat today. A bit. What's one of my lines in one of my poems? Flat on my face, replacing what's true to me with a shocking, hellish rage. Something like that. So, Thursday, I'm up to bat. Batter up. So say a little prayer for me, 'cause I'm scared as can be. And nobody seems to have much empathy about it. They're like, do it or don't, do it or don't. Follow your heart, do what you want. I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. But, there's baby birds. I'm watching baby birds. So, words, words, words. There's beauty to be had. It's all around. I'm glad I notice it. Yeah. Yeah. The earth is round. It's spherical, y'all, and I'm gonna be okay. At least I pray so. And I guess if I say so and say so and say so and say so, then so mote it be, and such, and so on, and thusly. And try to stop making such a fuss, see? Stop trying to be so fussy. Yeah. So, I got gussied up as the Spider Queen for ya, and it was just a weird day of weird feelings. Not quite the perky little cherry cheek cherub I've been the past few days. Trying to harness those rays and hold them that light. But sometimes it's a fight. Sometimes it's really scary. The storm of the mental weight we carry. Gets downright hairy in there sometimes. So, rhymes and rhymes and words, and it's all absurd. So, let's just hope we swerve towards some radiant joy and go, oh boy, radiant joy! And chomp on it like a dog's chew toy. Okay, that feels okay. That feels okay to me. To leave it there. Yeah. So, ahoy hoy. I guess that's how you say hello, but ahoy hoy anyway. And don't know what else the Spider Queen has to say. Just, yeah. Try to, try to make your fears into a dragon that you just know in your heart you can slay. Okay? 8 little legs waving goodbye.